It's okay. We're here in Antwerp with Udo. Hi.
Hi.
And how was it tonight for you to be on that huge stage at Sportspaleis?
Oh, it was great. I've been here before, but it was great to be accompanied by all those great singers, and great acts. It's been living here in Belgium. The Eurovision is quite big here, so it was really nice. But I'm so happy that it's over, that I'm going home and that I'm taking my pills and get some sleep and get some rest, because I'm sick and tired and really I'm exhausted.
How did you come up with the idea of entering this competition?
Oh, because I've always been a fan of the Eurovision Song Contest. When I was a kid, I used to watch it with my parents, and I think it's like I don't know how you say it.
So
in
what
English,
are your best memories then, if you say you're a big fan?
Mr. Johnny Logan.
Oh, Mr. Johnny Logan.
Well, he's
winning in Brussels.
Yeah, absolutely. But he's one of the best performers I know, and I think that when he's in pain, you can see it, you can feel it. He's really a great performer. But I like the big orchestras before. I like that. But everything changed. It's like a big circus now. But I wanted to represent my country. I think everyone would have liked to be in Denmark.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's comparing different songs and different kind of artists. So. It's a lottery.
It's competition.
It's a competition. It's a strange competition.
Yes, it is.
In Flemish we say appelen met peren. It's comparing apples
and
pears. Oh, you say that in English too. Okay. So
You had the song Heroes in this competition.
Yeah, Hero.
If I may touch on this subject, the jury suggested to you another song, and you they didn't?
No. They had 4 songs originally, and well, it's neither of the songs, but they thought the same was fitting me. One of the songs was the song that Yes did, the other contestant in the final. So we decided to look for new songs, and I think that we got 20 or 30 songs, new songs, and they made a top 4, and they asked me if I was willing to pick one of the 4 songs. So I had the choice to pick one of those, and Hero was the first on the list, so I did what I wanted, and I'm happy with it. And it was an idea I had because, well, I know quite a lot of people riding all over the world, riders all over the world, and I woke up one day with Toto Cotugno in my head, and I was like, yeah, why? You know, when I was a kid and when I watched the Eurovision Song Contest, there wasn't internet at all, and the only window on the world was like the television. So when I look at the wars going on in the past and the wars now, it's small kids. They have like an overload of information when they're getting images from the internet, from the television, and I was like, yeah, maybe it's a good idea as an artist to bring like a message of peace, and I wanted to combine it with the in Flanders Fields, because it's 100 years ago that the World War I started over here, and it involves a lot of nationalities, and it involves the world, in fact. It's world history. So I immediately sent a briefing to Sweden to my friend David, and he contacted 2 of his writers who sent in that song, and the jury was, well, the experts here were like overwhelmed, and they thought it was the best option to do. So that's what I did.
What made you actually enter into this whole Eurosong competition? Because it's quite a lot of work for you. You have castings, you have semi-finals to go through, a lot of stress on you to wait for the results, and you made it to the final. How long does this all last for you, and what made you enter the song into this competition?
Yeah, well, it's a very simple answer. I like singing, and I like music, and I like writing things, and I like the Eurovision Song Contest, so I like my country also. So there wasn't, for me it was logic that I was competing.
What was the expectations from doing this?
Oh, I had no expectations. Really not, because I know that it's a kind of a lottery and comparing, like you said, apples and pears. So I didn't expect anything, because people after the castings, I had the highest score, and people were like, "You're the favorite," and I was like, "No, please don't call me a favorite because you're singing a cover. That's the rule in competition, and everyone starts anew from the semi-finals. So it depends on the song that will be competing. So I didn't expect anything at all. I think that the public expected more, but I was open to everything.
How will you continue now after the Eurosong, apart from sleeping and taking pills for getting better?
Yeah, well, I've got a big year coming up. I've got a lot of concerts this summer. I've even got already 7 Christmas concerts planned. And in 2005 I'm doing a tour in cultural, I don't know how to say that in English, cultural centers. And there are also, I think, 8, 9 or 10 bookings already, so it's going quite hard. So I'm on a roll, and I'll see.
So you got something already planned. That's fantastic.
Yeah, but you know, I love music, and I love writing, and I love singing, and that's the most important.
Do you actually have an album out, or are you working on an album?
No, I decided not to work on albums anymore because it takes so much time, and the record industry is like not selling anymore, and we're living in a small part of Belgium even. People aren't buying albums anymore, and when you prepare an album, you have to find new songs. You can do a cover album, of course, but if you are looking for new songs, writers all over the world aren't sending their best songs to a small country. So you have to write it all yourself, and that takes a lot of time. And when you see that an album sells, let's say, 10,000 copies, which is okay for our country, even then I'm like, why am I doing this? And I think most of the artists now are working on singles. So I have no album coming out. I did 3 albums with Sony Music, and I decided to work on my own and to do whatever I want to bring out some projects under different names and writing for other people. That's what I like to.
So you mentioned projects. So that you mean projects with like other bands?
Yeah, different projects. In that, I mean that when I'm performing as an artist, when I'm having a single, I'm performing in Dutch. Because that's, for me, releasing singles is like being heard on the radio and getting work and being on a stage. That's my main objective. Be able to live from my music. But apart from that, I also sing in English and in French, and I'm doing projects under different names. So people don't know it's me, but that's good. And besides of that, I'm also writing for other people when I have time. I have some records in other countries too, so that's nice.
So there's an international career for you.
Well, international career, it's a big word. But sometimes, yeah, I had a few hits in abroad, yeah. It's good.
Okay. Good luck for the future.
Thank you.
Hopefully would you do this whole story again? Eurosong?
Not at all.
Not at all.
The last time, really.
Last time. Still we couldn't convince him, no?
No.
Thank you very much.
Thanks a
Well,
lot.
thank you. Good luck. Good luck.